Hey guys, welcome back to Woods Tree Farm. I'm Phil, and today we're going to be planting our 2022 flower patch, our biggest patch here that we've ever done. We're actually going to do, maybe about a third of this today, and then we'll do some next week and some the following week because we want to have succession for several weeks of blooms when we open for our Flower Fest season in August and September. Before we get into that, I want to show you the other flowers that are around the property, so let's hop on the four-wheeler and take a ride. This is the first sunflower patch that we planted this year. This is all black oil sunflowers, and this is in a section of our Christmas tree field where all the trees had died. So we're just going to try to work this soil a little bit, and we'll put the flowers through here, we'll put some buckwheat through here, a winter cover crop in here, and then next year we'll probably plant some trees here again. But you can see these flowers in here are the tallest ones, or maybe upwards of 3.5 feet tall. Just starting to get some buds produced on some of these. So we've still got several weeks before we'll see any blooms here, but that's just fine. We've got a bunch of photographers scheduled for late June, so hopefully the timing for these works out, that this patch will be in full bloom for them. And then I've got some more flowers over here. Let's go check on those. Just a week ago, we planted this section here and some more black oil sunflowers on part of it, and a mix of autumn beauty and a couple other types of sunflowers that'll provide a bunch of different colors over on the other part of it. And then there's the last maybe 25% of this over on that very edge that we're going to plant not this weekend but next weekend, so that this patch has more flowers over a longer period of time. And nothing's really coming up, but there's a couple little sunflowers sprouting up here and there, but it's only been a week, and you probably already know sunflowers are usually about 10 to 14 days. So in this next coming week, a lot more will be coming up in this patch, and I'll have something to show you. But check this out. Right next to the sunflowers right there, this was last year's sunflower patch, and we let this go to seed last year. I've talked about this in some previous videos, but I'm just recapping if this is your first time checking this out. We planted ryegrass and clover here and just kind of let it sit. Last year I did let the cosmos and the zinnias that were here go to seed, and we let them dry out in the fall before we mowed it down. And I was hoping we would get a good reseed here of zinnias and cosmos, and then this would just look like a wildflower patch. And I've been kind of disappointed up to this point because I thought they would have already shown themselves by now, but they have not done that. But I'm finally encouraged. Look at this. I am just starting to see now some plants in here that I'm pretty sure are zinnias. There's one there. Move over a little bit. There's another one there. And all throughout here there are little zinnia plants. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have some zinnias. Now out in this middle section I expected to have some cosmos. I haven't seen anything yet that's starting to show up as cosmos, but I know they're more of a hot summer plant anyway. So we'll just kind of give them another couple weeks and see what happens. But I'm not really planning on doing anything over here. Whatever grows, grows. And if nothing grows, whatever, that's fine. And we'll just let it be. Back over here we've got the 3-foot tiller hooked up to the tractor. We're going to use that to define our rows, and since the tiller is not as wide as the tractor, the tires kind of create our aisleways, and that's also going to pack down a surface for us to put our landscape stakes into that'll hold down our ground cover. So you'll see how this all plays out here in a minute. Get that cricket, man. Get it, Maxie.
Is it toad?
No, it's a cricket.
Oh.
Get it. setting that up was a little tedious. Burning those holes, putting seed in every single little hole, took a little while, not gonna lie, but hopefully it's well worth it with savings, not having to weed that area. So we've got 5 rows down. I've got enough plastic to do 5 more rows, but we're gonna do that next week. So we're kind of setting up our succession plant here. And what we did on those rows was we did about a third of it in cosmos, part of it in zinnias, and the last 10 feet or so we did calendula, or calendula. I don't actually know the right pronunciation of that, but little orange flowers should be pretty. We haven't done those before, so hopefully they work out well. I'll keep you guys posted on that. And so I've kind of marked off where my next 5 rows are going to be. You can see those here. And then we're going to get into doing some blocks of just direct sown zinnias and cosmos, kind of the old style, the way that we've done it in previous years. I'll show you how I sow those now, because I don't think I've actually ever filmed that, and a few people have asked that before. So here we go. I'm just going to use a small hoe like this. I'm going to define a little row. And then I'll come back and I'll drop seed in this row. So I've just got my little packet of zinnia seed here. It's a bulk seed and it's mixed. It'll end up being all different colors. And I'm just going to sprinkle it in and try to get seed down, you know, every few inches. Some people are really particular and they plant these, you know, 8 inches apart or something. I found they come in really nice if you plant them pretty close together. Follow it up with a little fertilizer. And then the last step, we'll just rake it in. What I just showed you is how we've planted zinnias and cosmos each of the last 2 years. You can see it goes pretty quickly, and what it looks like is more of a hedge when it's done, rather than seeing like perfectly spaced individual plants. You see this nice thick full row of flowers like we've shown you in previous years. So I'm interested to see how this compares to that method over there with the plastic. We'll know in 2 months or so of how that's going to look, but for now the plastic is an experiment. We know this method works, but we do have to invest a lot more time in weeding and have to invest a little bit of time in spraying, because trying to pull all the weeds by hand is just too much. So we'll see how this goes. We're also trying to create more of a like big block of flowers up here. So I don't just want to have like individual rows. These rows that I've tilled in this section will be closer together, so the rows won't be as obvious, and it will look like a big block of zinnias up here once we're done. So a couple months I'll be able to show you what all that looks like. I didn't film it earlier, but we did also plant 2 long rows. It's actually 2 rows per tilled row that you see here. So there are 4 rows of sunflowers right along this section. We actually found some really old mammoth sunflower seeds from our first year that we ever tried planting sunflowers. They were in our freezer. So we'll see how they come up. If they don't, we've got time to till this back up, put down pro cuts or something else that we know will pop up pretty quickly. But I was thinking it would be pretty cool. Most of our people are going to be coming in over there, and they'll walk and they'll enter the patch from down there. So they'll be kind of looking uphill, and I just thought it would be really cool if we had these huge 10, 12 foot mammoth sunflowers here kind of anchoring the very back of the plot. So we'll see what happens with those. I'll keep you guys posted. And then I will have in front of that a couple other rows of different types of sunflowers. Then we'll have our little quadrant over here of zinnias and cosmos, a couple different kinds of cosmos, a couple single color zinnias, and then we'll have a section for pro cuts, and then at the very back will be more sunflowers. So all of this will get filled in the next few weeks here, and I'm hoping to kind of lay out my succession plan that will get us at least 4 weeks worth of blooms from mid-August to mid-September. Okay guys, let me know how you think we did here. Like I said, plastic's new for us. The other stuff we've done before, and this is the biggest, most ambitious flower patch that we've ever attempted here. And this is only part of what we're doing, because we've got more across the property, which I've shared with you on previous videos. So if you're interested in this flower business and you don't already subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'd be happy to have you following along. Until next time, I'm going to wrap us up. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.